Well, hello friends. Today we are going to fix an old bug. It's number 21. Been going over the bug tracker a bit these last few days and just trying to knock out some old ones. So this one is about opening a symlink to a directory in the FileManager and how that does not really work. So if you go on like proc and we try to open, this is the icon for a symlink, we try to open self, and well, it doesn't crash like it says here, but it opens it in the text editor rather than in the file manager. And that's just obviously not what we want, right? We want to notice that this is a symlink and then open it like a directory. And maybe it would be nice if there were some indication that this is a symlink. I mean, we have the icon, but I don't know, like it could say somewhere where it goes to, I guess. Does it do that here? No, we have the L here, but you know, it would be cool if we knew where it went. So let's do just opening it as a directory first of all. So I have to orient myself a little bit in the file manager stuff because more people have worked on it since I've been working on it, so I'm a little bit out of sync. But the basic architecture of FileManager is that there is a class called directory view, which has 3 different views inside of it, and it just switches based on which kind of view you would like to have. And let's see, I'm looking for on activation, right? So when something activates in one of these views, then I don't know what's up with that one. We go to handle activation, and then we do what exactly? We were getting that here, right? On activation. On activation. Then we get the full path, and then we check if it's a directory, then we open. So I think we should first check here if node is symlink. Then what do we do with node? Not a whole lot, really. So it's really only used for the path here. So maybe what we should do is we should just stat the path. So let's say stats st, maybe just like that. No? Okay, I'm sorry. lstat of path into st. If that fails, well, I'm sorry, I guess we can't really do much with this thing then, except log that something went wrong. Lstat, or let's just say p or lstat for now. That's a weird situation, but then we can do if path to stat is if node is symlink, then path to stat is readlink. We want to read link into a buffer. Path characters link buffer size of link buffer. All right, and then path to stat becomes string of, what does readlink return? Readlink returns 0. Oh, is that accurate? Shouldn't it return the number of bytes written? Upon success, these calls return the number of bytes placed in buff. Yeah, that's what I figured. Let's just verify that POSIX says the same. Hello, pubs.opengroup.org. You are being slow as usual. Return value. Upon successful completion, readlink shall return the count of bytes placed in the buffer. So, here we should actually return the number of bytes that we wrote. Link target length plus 1. Cool. So we get a kernel bug fix there for free. Let's just commit this. So kernel sys readlink should return the number of bytes written out. If successful, that is. Do we have a test for readlink already? No. I guess we can add a little quick test here to our unlink, or to one of the symlink tests that we have. TMP linky. And we just make a buffer path max. Assert RC is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Temp linky, let's just do it this way. Alright. It's good to be a good boy and write little unit tests. The unit testing in Serenity is very not structured. Like, it all looks like this, but you can fire up test.io like this, and it will tell you that something is not right. So I guess it writes out one more byte actually. So because of the null terminator. So I forgot to account for that. Strings really are the worst part of C and anything C related. No? Okay, alright. What's wrong with this then? I guess the link would still be there if that fails. So we have linky, and I'm a dumbass because the link, this is the link, it's not the where it points to. Proc to foo is where it points to, see? Because that's where we're symlinking it to. Alright. How about I stop screwing around and we actually move forward here. So let's just see that we got the test right. Still not right. Okay. Then what am I messing up now? I really desperately want to know, so I'm just gonna print this out. What are you, RC? 0. Because I forgot to build a kernel change. Isn't that silly? Alright, let's try again. Now it works. Okay, and we don't need that. And we will add the test.io change to the commit we already had. See? Doesn't that look nice? Now we have a change to readlink, and then we're adding a quick little test here just to make sure that it keeps working. Okay, back to business. So say RC, if RC is less than 0, pair readlink, and return, I guess. And oopsie doopsie. Path to stat then becomes string link buffer RC. All right. And is symlink is just return s is a link mode. All right. Then we stat the path to stat. Then we operate on the stat buffer instead. This is a little bit messy, honestly, but Wait, how was that even written in the piece? Okay, well, it's not super perfect, actually, but we can tolerate it. If st mode, fix me. This doesn't seem like a perfect right way to fully detect executability. Executabilitation. Path to stat. All right. lstat, no such filet or directory. Why not? Okay. lstatting. Path to stat. Wonder why this did not work. Come on, Prook. lstatting 18. Oh, shit. Right. Oh, that's interesting. So if we go to proc, then indeed the link just says 21. It doesn't say like /proc/21. So it's a relative path. It's relative, but we are not necessarily, we're not like ch-deared into /proc at this point. So this process isn't there. So we could either we could do this trickery where we append, where we could like construct the path, or we could do, is there such a thing as lstatat? There's fstatat. fstatat. And fstatat takes flags, so you can tell him not to follow symlinks. Because the purpose of lstat is to not follow symlinks. So then again, I could also just let the kernel follow the symlink. Like, why am I trying to do this in the application code, actually? If I would just use regular old stat, then the kernel will just take care of all this for me. So maybe I'm being very silly with path to stat here, because this could just be path. But then we fixed that read link bug for no reason. Okay, so we open procself as if it's a directory. It's a little bit disappointing, I have to say. I was expecting to find the FileManager's own stuff in there. Why does that not work? What happens if you go to cd procself? And what is PID 20 really? It's the shell, of course. And the file manager is PID 18. So what if we try to go to 18 then? That works. That's a bit strange. So we can go to proc 18, but if you go to procself, no? Okay, are we else-statting somewhere else that we shouldn't be else-statting? Probably we're else-statting all over the place. Else-stat current path characters. So we should really use stat on the current path. And when we try to delete, we should use else-stat. But wait, hold on. Yeah. The current path should follow symlinks. Directory view, refresh, G file system model. Wait, hold on. So how does this work? The directory view open that we call set root path on the model, where we canonicalize the path on root path change. This guy will react to that. That's fine. But where do we actually use the root path? It's the root path thingy dingy. Wait, why is this so weird? Okay, so let's just do this, so we should see the root, right? So if we open foo here, this has the root in it, but it's not showing up. What if we create a new directory? Hi. We cannot create a directory in the root. That makes sense. Bar. Okay, let's go to bar. It's just our own home directory. So bar, new directory, hello. He did not like that. Okay, well, there are bugs. So let's try to work out why it's not letting us, why it's not showing the contents. But this change we don't need anymore. So I think we're on the right track with the else-stat. But in the G file system model, so fetch data using else-stat. Well, aren't you suspiciously named, my friend? Reify if needed. Fetch data using else-stat. This is tricky because we should use normal stat if this is the current root, I guess. How do we know if we're at the root? I guess if we don't have a parent. Okay, so let's try just to see how that would be like. So if no parent, we'll say G file system model node fetch data. Stat or else stat. Why is it not alphabetical? It's so weird. Okay, we are in procself. Look at us. It's nice, isn't it? We can even find our file descriptors that we have open. How cool is that? If we go in here, we can even travel to... Wait, what the heck? Why is there a directory in proc? What even is this path? Where are you, FileManager? Here. Proc 18 fd Yeah, this is looking a bit more like what I was expecting to find. What the heck is this stuff? Are we even in the right place? How do we know what's what? Why are these directories? These are supposed to be symlinks. Maybe now we're just statting them. So then it becomes like this. But we were only supposed to stat this guy. What? Frick. I guess we assign the parent after we fetch data. So now everything is becoming like that. So nothing is aware that it's a symlink anymore. Dang it. Wait, so how do we know that somebody is the root or not? Reify if needed. Who calls that? So many people. Fetch data using. Okay, let's try this instead. We break it up. Fetch data using. And we can do this. Fetch data is root. All right, if is root. Okay, I'm just backtracking here. This is not going super well. Fetch data bool is root. All right, and who else calls fetch data? This guy is clearly not a root because we assign his parent to be this, so false for you. This guy is a root if parent is null. Okay. Fetch data. Sorry, my bad. And then let's relink only the file manager. Can we please get this? Okay, now that's looking good. Now this is looking good. Go in here. It's all symlinks, baby. Very, very good. Okay, of course, these are not terribly interesting to look at. Also, it's kind of weird how they are like lexicographically sorted here. I wish they wouldn't do that. But it does look sensible to a point. I mean, it's a whole lot of inode watchers, actually. Do we just make more and more of those if you go into different directories? No. Okay. Wait, so how does it know to create more of them? Oh, look at that. We have so many. We should probably chill out on all those inode watchers. Who even creates those? Watch file. File system model does. Well, watching it for changes, right. Watching for changes. And what's up with that, though? If watchFD is greater than or equal to 0, then we don't set up a new one. We close it if we close a node. Oh, there's one per node. Oh, Ghibli Jesus. Right. So the more stuff we open in the left hand side, I guess that's fair. We should probably like eagerly close them though. Like if you collapse a directory in the tree view on the left, then we don't need to be watching him for changes at that point, right? We should probably just only watch open directories. But we're getting a little off track here, so let's get back on the horse. So these changes, first of all, let's see. So we'll do the libgui change. libgui have G file system model use stat instead of lstat for the root. This allows you to set the file system model root to a symlink to a directory, and it nicely opens that directory like you would expect. Maybe there's a better solution for that, I'm not sure. But this seems sort of reasonable at the moment. Should probably think more about it. And then we just have to be a bit better about using stat rather than just trusting whatever comes out of the model in FileManager. So FileManager. Use stat to when activating to find out when activating something. File directory. This makes possible to open symlinks to directories by activating them via double click, for example. Fixes 21. Very cool. So, but it would be cool if you could see where these things were pointing, right? Because like we can go to /proc here, and I see this guy, but I don't know where he's pointing to, and that's kind of irritating. We could add a field here, I guess. That might be interesting. So, how would we do that? A file system model. Or I don't know. Does that make sense, or is that too heavy-handed? Because like we could also just we could have it be like when you select it, it could tell you where it points to. It could show up here as well. I'm just thinking, how do we cache that information? But I guess we can cache it in the file system model node. Yeah, we can cache it here. So full path. We are already caching the stat information and the name. So say like symlink target, and it's in fetch data, I guess, where we want to look. So if s is link mode, then max length is read link full path dot characters buffer size of buffer pair. We'll just pair read link, but we won't fail in this case. We'll just not store a link, because it's okay if this doesn't work out, right? If we were able to stat and get the other metadata, then like, okay, fine, we can't get the link data, whatever. Then we store that in link, and link is string of buffer and length. No, link was not the name. Symlink target was the name. Okay, it's kind of weird to be adding. I don't love this thing. It's like a struct that has like, it's a very complicated struct. I should probably turn it into a class. Anyway, so now we extract the symlink targets for nodes in the G file system model. So let's expose them as a column, symlink target. And then wherever we use this thing, we just have to symlink target node dot sim. What am I even doing? Symlink target. Target. Okay, and this guy, symlink target. Okay. I don't know, just some, like, the text alignment is interesting, I guess, because it's text, not a number, so it goes center left. Well, I would like this to be automatic, actually. So, like, if for columns that return numeric data, we could just default them to right align for columns that return text data and so on. And this part of the model is essentially unnecessary boilerplate that just needs to be automatically detected. And then there could be a model role to override the behavior if you really wanted to. Anyway, so in file picker, we should hide the symlink target column. And in FileManager, we should show it. Wait, what is this? Tree view. Oh shit, we gotta hide it here. Symlink target, hide. Curious that the node class closes the watch, the inode watcher file descriptor, and on destruction. We need to figure out a different way of doing that for sure. Why does it open? It's when we traverse it. So we might not even be watching it at that point, right? Like we're just closing a potentially invalid FD. Reckless. Anyway, okay, so let's see what we got here now. So if you go to proc, can we switch to this guy right here? Symlink target 18. Okay, well that's actually exactly where it points to, so that is correct. And then here we see symlink targets of these things. It's pretty cool. Okay, I think that's good because like it's weird that it says 18 here, but at the same time it is the literal content of the symlink, so I think we should do it that way. Let's do all of them. So GUI add a symlink, add a symlink targets as a column to an ng file system model. Also make sure to hide this column by default where we don't expect to see it. Okay. I would like to have some kind of a story for the icon view as well, right? So if I go to proc here, I click this thing, I see that it's a symlink, but I just don't know where it goes. But how do we solve that? We could show it down here. It's a symlink to this and that. We could do it as a tooltip. Tooltip might be kind of interesting. We don't have a concept of tooltips and models, but you could imagine having a model role that's the tooltip role, and then if you query the model, when we hover over an item, then we query the model for a tooltip role for that index, and if there is a tooltip role, then we can show it. I feel like that would be a bit weird though. I'm not sure if I like it so much, but maybe I do. Let's try it. Gmodel. So adding a new model role, that's been a while, tooltip. Maybe tooltip is like that. Have we written it that way before? Yes, we have. Okay, tooltip is one word. So saith past Andreas. Okay, and then in gfile system model and data, then if role is role tooltip, then let's try to return node similar to. But this feels extremely specific to, this is too specific to the file manager, because like, this might not be the tooltip that I normally want to have. So I don't, but if we generalize it though, so if we say, that there's a tooltip column, maybe we should have a tooltip column instead. Okay, starting over. Let's think again. Instead of a role, what if the GItem view has a model column. The model column is the column that we see here. So like the current model column is the file name, because here you can see all the different columns like name, size, owner, and so on. But in the icon view, you only see a single column, and the model column tells us which column that is. In this case, it's the name. We could do a tooltip column. And that might be interesting. So model column defaults to 0. I guess the tooltip column defaults to -1. We don't have one. Okay, and then when we mouse move, if you mouse move and we are not rubber banding, so then auto index is index at event position. Oh, actually, let's say if m tooltip column is not -1, then get the index, and then if index is valid, then data is model data for index at the we want a custom index. So index is we want the tooltip index is model index row and tooltip column, and this is the parent index, so that would be the parent, like that, tooltip index, and then we do windows application. Where's show tooltip? I don't remember. It's in G application, right? So lib GUI G app show tooltip. Okay, so data to string at the screen location. So we have the current position event. We don't have the screen position, but we can compute it. So event position translated by this widget's screen relative rect location. Plop. All right. Let's see how that works out. Oh, and we actually forgot to set up a tooltip column. Item view, right. Where do we set the model column? Here, we set model column, blah, blah, blah. So we can actually do the same thing for both of these guys here. So we'll give them both the same tooltip column. Symlink target. Boom. Okay, column 2 does not have this feature yet, obviously. Oh, heck, where did I end up? Wow. That looks kind of goofy, but it is kind of sort of doing the right thing. If we don't have any data, we shouldn't show anything. So hold on. Tooltip. What does item view inherit from abstract view? Yeah. I wonder if this is the right way to abstract this, but it feels okay-ish at the moment. Ugh, itchy. So if data is valid, then show the tooltip. Also, let's give that guy a little offset. How about we give him a solid 8 offset? Might make it a little more pleasant. Should do something for the columns view as well. No, I didn't want to see these if we didn't have anything to show. Data is valid. And data to string is not empty. So we can do it that way. Because if it's empty, I don't care. Like, I don't want to see empty symlink things. Okay, so none of these guys are symlinks. But if we go to proc, however, this guy says 18. That's pretty neat. I like it. And it stays there. That's not so good. Next is valid. Let's see. What does hide tooltip do if we just call hide tooltip? It's a freebie. Okay, we can call hide tooltip. So, if did show tooltip, gapplication hide tooltip. This is slightly crusty. But I think I don't think this is right. This is not. This doesn't feel like good UI to me. Like, it's flimsy, and I would rather see it in the status bar of the window. So yeah, no, this is not good. So let's dump this and let's do the status bar instead. So then that would be in directory view. Do we have some status bar thing? Okay, update status bar. So what we currently do is we just say, wait, what is this? If the selection is empty, then we say how many items are in this folder. Otherwise, we look at the selection and say, many items selected. Right. But so let's see. String builder. String whittler. Okay, so builder append. Wait, does builder have appending numbers? let's try to be good here. I would like to get rid of all this format string hackery that we have in the code base at the moment, because format strings are just so error prone. So this will be a little bit awkward, but let's see. So append number selected item count, and then if selected item count is not 1, builder append s. Pluralize that shit. Item. Okay. And then finally, builder append. Wait, also selected also. Builder append selected and builder append this and that. All right, and finally builder append an end paren and auto message, or no, we just do builder to string. But then we want to do something if it's a symlink, right? So if selected item count is 1, then how do we figure out if he's a symlink? We gotta get the data. Do we have some example of getting the data? I guess we have this guy right here. We can get the node for an index. Can we do that? Model node for the current view selection first. Okay, and then if node is, oh, now we need that as symlink fella once again. All right. Node dot symlink target. Oh wait, no, we don't. We can just look at this. If this is non-empty, builder append. And we can say, how do we say it? Something like this. Symlink target. All right. How will this go? How will this look? Will it even look? So I'm selecting things. Not very interesting or dramatic. What if I select a symlink? Look at that. You can see it right down here. Okay, all right, go into self, and we can see that these things are pointing to places. That's not so bad. I wish almost a little bit that it would be in its own panel down here, because like remember how back in the day, status bars, they sometimes would have like multiple sub panes or sub panels. Maybe we should do that, but not right now. We're going to be happy with this for now, and then we can improve upon it later. But I think this is pretty good. FileManager, show symlink targets in status bar message. When a single item is selected and it happens to be a symlink pointing somewhere, we now show where that now show where it points to in the status bar. Okay, isn't that lovely? I think we have now ran all over the place here with these symlink stuff. So we made ourselves a nice little FileManager symlink hacking video. But I'm pretty happy with what we ended up with here. So if we switch to this view, then, ooh, what the actual frick, dude? Notify selection changed. A null deref, you say? Why did that happen? Is this my fault? Did I cause this? Probably, since I can't click anywhere anymore. Update status bar. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. So where did I mess this up? Is it this guy right here? I wish this would tell me the line number, but it doesn't do that. So is it that we don't have a node? I wonder if this node is null. Why does this guy confidently think that he can return something valid? It's suspicious. Ah, where are you, QEMU? Clicking these guys works, clicking that guy does not work, okay? And I indeed have a null reference. See, that is not cool. So I'm clicking on a valid index, but it does not correspond to any internal data, it would seem. So how do we put ourselves in this situation? Is it because it's sorted, maybe? Map to target. In the table view case, I see. Okay, so this is still, we have to hack this a little bit. This is going to be very ugly, but because the table view is sorted and the other views are not sorted, we're using a sorting proxy model for the table view. And because of that, we have to translate the indices, but this is not really the right way to do this. Because we're asking for a node. Wait, we're asking for a node for a given index, but we already have an index. So why don't we just get the node from it? Wait, so what is node even doing? Index internal data. Is the sorting proxy model the sorting proxy model? What does he do again? Row mappings. Get the data for something. Map to target. The sorting proxy model does not care about index internal data. Nor does he care about parenthood. This class needs some love. I feel like it maybe needs a bit more love than I want to deal with right now, honestly. But Yeah, I don't want to deal with this right now. It's too much. It would take too much time. Yeah, I was just about to wrap up anyway. So let's just hack around this. So if, oh god, this is going to be so gross. Current view mode is mode. Oh. What are the view modes? If it's list, I guess. It's a weird name. Then auto index. Index, and then here we'll say effective index is okay, hold on. Index is current view selection first. Fix me. This is disgusting. Stop. This class, this code should not even be aware that there is a JSorting proxy model in front of the table in the table view. Okay, truly disgusting, but let's see if it fixes the issue. So what we're doing here is we're just letting the, this proxy model remap the indexes in the case where we are in the table view. But that did not work either. Frick. All right. Okay, so what is the view mode then? Set view mode. Table view, right. So do the other views work? Columns view, this one is fine. Icon view is fine. Table view, I hate you so much right now. Oh shit, yeah, it's because I'm not using the index I computed. Okay. So I don't hate table view that much, I just hate it a little bit, but I am stupid. Which is probably something we can do something about. Okay, now things are behaving a bit more nicely. Oh, it's weird how when you click down, it starts to double select, and then when I let go, it deselects the previous thing. That's really bizarre. It's definitely a bug, but we're not going to work on that now. There is a big ugly fix me here about how our directory view has to work around the fact that there's a sorting proxy model attached to the table view, which is yeah. Okay. So now we have actually done the thing. So I think we are going to be good here. This will be the end of today's video. So if you made it this far, then I thank you for watching, for hanging out, and I hope you saw something interesting. And I will see you next time. Bye.